My name is Armani J. Armani, a Nollywood director. It wasn't so easy. It's something that if we begin to talk about it, but I'm still going to give some insight about it. My inclination about movie making started when I was in secondary school. I schooled in Sebastian Academy, that is Emeku High School. And then I usually write. Because I was the president of Senior Literary and Debate Society, everybody was looking up to me to, in any moment, want to write something that has to do with debate. They expect me to write it. So one day, I told them I want to write a story, and I took time to write that story. It took me up to 2 weeks. That story, the title of that story is Super Spirit. When I wrote it, and I said, no, I would like to move into movie making. With this kind of story, I think I can go into movie making. I can learn it. And then I gave that script to one man called Chi Studio, and we discussed it. And he said, okay, you have a brother who is Lawrence, who is in Port Harcourt. He's a veteran. I said, give it to him, let him dissect. And so they looked into it and said they're going to shoot the script. And I was happy. They brought some people around there, and then started shooting the movie. It didn't go anywhere because the film was like, we shot it in a very local setting. And so I left. I didn't further again. I said, okay, let me give myself time, because I was also playing football then. I was playing with some local clubs in Owerri then. Then after my program in Armani College of Education, and I said, no, professionally I'm a teacher. What will I use my potential to do as a teacher? I love teaching, I love impacting knowledge to people. So what will I do? And I said, okay, let me start teaching people the basic terms in filmmaking, fundamental aspect of filmmaking and basic terms on sets. So let me start teaching people. I started making adverts for people to enroll. I started having classes. In that classes, we now said, okay, let us invite some stars who will come and grace our lecture, so that people will now know that what we are doing is real. I invited Chika Ihekwa, but I was the first person we invited then. We invited Chika Ken. We started inviting others, they started coming. And I said, no, it is also proper I should also move professionally into movie making. I started searching for people I can understudy. Even before then, the name of my company then, Shorelink Movie Academy. Now when I said, okay, I need to go further, I need to study it professionally, I was looking at the directors that I can understudy. I came across Ugezu Ugezu, but I didn't know then that he's a director. I was thinking he's just an actor, because I love the way he moves, I love the way he talks, I love the way he does his things. So one of these days I called my guy, John Collins. And I said, John Collins, who happens to be a very good friend of mine, I said, John Collins, I want to go into directing. How do I move into directing? I want to move to a particular man. He said, no, that man, it's not going to be possible for me that I should go to Ugezu. I said, I've been seeing Ugezu, I've been liking him, I've been sending him messages, but I don't know he's a director. Then I had to message Ugezu then. I told him, sir, I want to learn how to direct. I told him everything. He said, no problem. Once you have where you can stay in Asaba, we don't have any problem with that. You can come along. I came down to Asaba. When I came down to Asaba, I had only 9,300. I don't have anywhere to stay. It was John Collins that gave me his room, a hotel, Zenith Hotel, where I slept. I slept for like 3-4 days. In that 3-4 days, Ugezu called me and said, come. We met at McDonald's. He spoke to me, said, I like the way you speak. I like your auditorium. I like your potential. We are having a movie that is coming up tomorrow. And then I have never known what is film professionally. I don't know that you're going to take your time to read the script, dissect it, look at the characterization, look at the BG, look at the location, everything that a director has to know, at least 100% of every department. I didn't know then. because that was my first time. And when I got to set, I was shocked. I saw Yellow Doche, I saw Chikike, and that set was at Grand Hotel. And Yol was looking at me like this, the way I was following my boss. I was following him, but then Ugezu didn't introduce me as AD. He introduced me as a friend. Probably he was trying to find out if actually I'm serious to learn the job. And then finally we finished that job. They gave me an assistant director. So when the film finally came out, I saw my name as assistant director. I was so happy. And I think the name of that film is The King and the Princess. And then after that, he now gave me another script. We went. And that was where I now saw the whole superstar in the whole world. I was shaking. I didn't know how to move. I saw Claire Mohameze, I saw Olu Jacob, I saw Noel Angelibo, I saw Liu Mezie, I saw a whole lot of stars. I saw what is the name of this our man, our veteran, Nkemowo. I saw all of them. I was like, who am I to? So when Ugezu now introduced me as his AD, then I gave me a script. I started reading. 2 days or 3 days in that job, Ugezu said he's traveling to Lagos, that the mantle is on you. I was like asking myself, is it a joke? How will I control this? How will I talk to these people? I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start from. I don't know what to do. Look at the kind of people that are on this set. What will I tell them? Ugezu said, I remember that Igbo language Ugezu used. He said, Anaru we say alamotife. Then do you turn your head upside down to learn? That you have started. Very early in the morning, Ugezu left to Lagos. I was left with one DOP called Prince Ebuchere, the guy that is answering E Square right now. That was the guy I was. Ebuche called me and said, we can do it. He's a very experienced DOP, so you can do it. So what I did that night is I went to my room and I started reading the script again. I took my time to read the script and then started behaving like Ugezu that night. So in the morning I came, my first shot was Osofia was leaving village to the town. Immediately I called the first shot for Osofia to leave the village to the town. It seems there is this kind of fear that was removed from me. And I began to wear that Ugezu himself. I started calling that shot. I finished that film until Ugezu came back and said, welcome into your first directorial assignment. And then the owner of that film was Kubik. I remember that was the first time I received money from a marketer. Kubik gave me 30,000 naira then as a beginner, and I was very happy. So that has been my journey into movie industry. That is how I came into Lam. And Ugezu is the man that has given me, that gave me the platform to be where I am today, and some other people also. So I am grateful to all. So that was how I came into movie industry. To be honest, I can't really say how many movies I have directed, but I know I have directed quite a lot. And I can't count, but many movies that I cannot even remember their names. Like because The King and the Princess is there, A Mission is there, Super Spirit. There are a lot of them. I can't even remember. At Lost, Akwali Omomo. There are too many films I can't count right now, but too many. I know it's more than, maybe it's not more than 50 or 30, I think. Both the ones I did as AD and it's more than 50, I think so. I think the most challenging movie was the one I was doing with, who is that actor that was giving me issue? It was Yul Edochie. That film was owned by one marketer, forgotten name. We shot that film in Enugu. In fact, Yul gave me a platform that as an actor you need to be prepared. Prepared in the sense that there are some actors that are predominantly potentially a director. There are actors that read their script properly. So when they come on set, they expect you to answer, give them a stronger argument why they should do what they want to do. That is Yul for you. You will tell Yul, you will do your blockings and tell Yul, this is what I want you to do. They will also say, fine. But director, you think if I do this thing, it's not going to give proper information. by so doing, we are giving people poison in your blockings. Now, it is left for you as a director to give him a stronger argument. You will push you to a point. The name of that film is Blast of the Mafia, and I think so. It was my boss that was directing that film, and then he left also and said I should finish it. I think I remember, and Yo was giving me tough time. That tough time actually made me who I am somehow, because he was pushing me to go back and on to go and read, understand your onion, understand the script properly. Blast of the Mafia. And another film is this latest film I did, Aqualiomomo. Aqualiomomo is a highly spiritual film. Highly spiritual because you need to do some undertone spiritual things before you begin to shoot. Because most of the things we shot has to do with Obanji people, it has to do with water, it has to do with sacrifices. Sometimes our camera will go a little bit blind. Sometimes people will fall sick all of a sudden. Sometimes I will forget myself. Sometimes oversight will be too much. I wouldn't even know what to do with my blockings. I'll just go one place and rest and said, okay, I understand what is happening. So, Aqualiomomo also gave me a challenge. Another film that also gave me a big challenge was Emission. Emission is a film that I directed, and I hold my chest and said, I am in love with this film. I love this film so much. But then there are a lot of challenges in the film. You know, in filmmaking, there are constraints that must come in. Well, any film you are directing and you are just directing is going. Whatever you say, actor takes it. Whatever you say, everybody takes it. Nobody is asking you a question. Nobody is challenging you. That film, I don't believe that you are really doing the job of a director. An artist is supposed to push you on set, not insult you, push you to know actually if you are really knowing what you are doing. Because the hallmark of filmmaking is, for a director, is blocking. Sometimes when you do your blocking does not tally with the interpretation of that particular scene. It doesn't really make sense. So we see so many challenges, but that Blast of the Mafia is one that I found so funny and so intrigued when I was doing it. I have a story in my house right now that we are working on. Omada. That Omada is a story of is a traditional setting where Igbo people do not really understand the importance of Omada in a society. You pick up my sister as your wife, and at any point in time you feel like beating her, and you do not know that most of those things have a spiritual undertone. And you wake up in the morning, you decide to treat a lady anyhow. In most cases, there are some Igbo land where we say, there are some places whereby if your first daughter dies, you bring it back to the father. That's to tell you how important. So what we are trying to do in that script is to explain to people the importance of Omada. And then we are still working, there is this one we want to start on 30th, Outrageous. It's just a simple glamour film that is talking about normal contemporary issues, marriage, deceit. It has to do with, is it really important for you to open secrets, for you to always open to your wife in anything you are doing? Is it really important to always, is your wife supposed to have your PIN number in terms of withdrawing money? These are the things we are trying to treat in that particular script. So the two scripts I have at hand now is Omada and Outrageous. I have rejected few scripts, and I have not. I'll tell you why I have rejected few scripts. Sometimes when they bring a script that doesn't really make sense. You know why I am so careful about talking about rejecting script? Script is a guide. Most of the things you write in scripts might not be what I'm going to direct, interpret, because there are two factors that affect directing. The two factors are human factors and environmental factor. When you came to this place, you chose a frame to film me. That frame defines what you want to do. If you didn't see a frame, we might have gone to another place. And the person that is answering you questions, there is a way I'll be answering you questions, be giving you back to back. You'll be interested to be giving me more questions. So that is why two factors affect directing. It is not about scripting. Scripting is a guide. So when I am filming with actors, their mannerism, their outbursts, their attention to details, their naturality, their audibility entails how I am going to direct the next scene. Even when the next scene says he was jumping or she's crying, I might decide to say no. Because of what I have shot in scene 4, scene 5, scene 6, I don't want this man to cry. I want him to sober. Now, if I have come here to shoot where somebody is fighting and I came and see the environment does not require fighting, I might ask them to argue and then go to another place and shoot something that is going to corroborate what I have shot. So that's why I said in most cases, it's not about scripting. So when you give me a script, I'll first of all tell you that this script, the way it is being plotted, is not good. But if you want me to rewrite it, I will rewrite it. If you still want me to go on set with it, I will go on set. But somehow it is unprofessional to go to set and begin to rewrite scripts and begin to tell actor, no, this is not. You can only do that if you have eventualities. So actually, I have rejected some script. And when I reject script, I will tell you what you do to make it better. But no script is complete. No matter how complete, no matter how sweet that script is, you must make some jots. You must make some little changes to get the best. I don't really know what I cannot accept from an actor except fighting with an actor. I wouldn't want you to insult me. I wouldn't want you to fight me. But if an actor insults me as a director, I'm a father. That's what it means. You might not know the condition of that actor for insulting you. You might not know what he's passing through. Try as much as possible to cuddle him, bring him close and say, what is the problem? Cuddle him, talk to him. Maybe he can recollect and say sorry. That is why you're the father. There are certain things some directors will tell you. They will tell you, I will not take any input from any actor. I don't like an actor to tell me what to do. I don't think any actor can tell you what to do. I am one person that will always tell you, even a PA on set, a production assistant can make input. That input can go far. So as a director, allow people to make input if they make that input, is left for you to sieve it and then add it with the one you have. At the end of the day, it is still your name that will be on the screen, directed by Armani. So the only thing I don't need from an actor is outburst. Even when you outburst, I'll find a way to bring you down. That is it. Know what you want to do. Life is risky. Business is risky. This is our Jay-Z society right now. They will always tell you they want to have it by far, by force, by everything. You're under the sun, now the sun is hitting you. Your two cameramen and your director friend here is also here. Sun is hitting. You are patient. You are productive. But most of these new filmmakers, they want to dive into it and then get it immediately. You might make some losses in trying to produce your own film. The same thing is applicable to also upcomings. It is not easy. I've seen a whole lot of upcomings. In my Facebook chat, we do chat. When you tell them it is not easy, take your time, learn it, be a good listener, be a tasato. Take your time and go on set. Look at people that are acting, know how they act, how they are making their prefix, their intro. Take your time, don't be in it. They will tell you, no, that's not what I want. What most of them want to hear is, I'm going to make you a star. I want to place you alongside with Zubi. I want to place you alongside with Mike Ezuronye. Once you tell some of these upcomers like that, that's what they want to hear. They will embrace you and see you as a good friend. By the time they spend like 6-7 years and see that there is no head fish in that place, they will come back to you and say, oh, I made a mistake. That is why we take it up to ourselves to advise them. Be patient. And whatever you want to do, take your time to understudy it. It took me 4 years and 6 months as an AD. I studied Ugezu. I understudied Ugezu for 4 years and 6 months. In that 4 years and 6 months, I went for DGN screening and I failed. And the Monachi was the man that was the president of DG and then. He was the one that was interviewing all of us there. And the manager is a godfather to me, he's a godfather to Gezu. I do run errands for and their manager. But when you look at me from the interview and said, Armani, you failed, I was very happy that somebody is looking at me face to face and say you failed. And that is who I am today. I look at you face to face and tell you, you have failed, even when you are my sister. Two of my sisters came here when I was doing audition for somebody. And one other girl I normally have something with. I was the one that was doing that audition, and they slept in my house here. In that audition, photograph was involved, everybody was bringing photograph names. When I did that audition, two of my sisters failed. I was the one that was calling them. The girl that is my friend also failed. And they went to the producer and said, why did I fail? The producer said, how can you fail? Your brother is the director, he is the one conducting it. And they came to me and said, brother, we didn't hear our name. I said, how? And I looked at the sheet where I was writing names, and I said, no, they had even 25. People that had even 35 over 50, I didn't call their name. I said, you failed. They said, what kind of brother are you? I said, you failed. In my word, till I die. There is nothing like friendship to put you where you're not supposed to be. You're my friend when you get it right. I cannot place you where you're not supposed to be because you're my brother or you're my sister or because we had something. I don't do that. I cannot do that. If you get it, even if you're in Kogi, even if you're in Yoruba, and you come from an audition and you pass it, bros, if I find out that the PM wants to do small thing like this by placing their own person, that thing is going to be a war for me. So I believe in merit, and that is how I grew up, and I finally met a man who has that instinct of, if you don't merit it, you won't be in it. So that is who I am, and that is my advice for the young ones. All right, my name is Armani Armani, a Nollywood director from Directors Guild of Nigeria. I must have to tell you, I'm having a wonderful time with Tribe TV, and I'm telling you wholeheartedly, keep watching Tribe TV. Don't miss the dial.